Everyone, check out DH Griffin Companies, their YouTube channel, and whatever media sources they're at. They might be on Facebook too, you never know, or Pinterest, or Instagram, you just never know. But they do have a YouTube channel. Look up the word Hotel Charlotte. They're a godsend. DH Griffin Companies, published on February 25th, 2015. Description. Anyway, action.
Anything was going on from a vibration standpoint.
The demolition experts say this implosion was a tremendous success, and while it was a new experience for many Charlotteans, it's over. And when the last brick is hauled away, Hotel Charlotte will be erased from uptown forever. Lori Arrington, News 36.
As we've been hearing over the past week or so, magician David Copperfield used the implosion as a backdrop for a special trick. Now, here's what we found out. Here, Copperfield does some last-minute planning. We hear he wants the illusion of being locked into a trunk inside the hotel, and given only 20 seconds before the explosion to escape. But our cameras caught him leaving the building, running, about a minute before the explosion. You see him here in the lower right. Now listen to his crews talking on the two-way radios.
Keep the safe in, Larry. Looks good. You look good. Let me see your watch, please. And beat it out of there.
Then in an isolated area far away from the hotel, long after the danger passed, sometime after the explosion, he comes up from a blanket. You'll see it all on a television special sometime this spring. Now, you were down there today. What did that feel like?
Dusty. Very dusty. It is one of the most shocking things you'll ever see.
That's right. You had to go home and take a shower.
Yeah, matter of fact, it's just incredibly dirty down there today.
You know, Jim Delaney, our sports guy, said earlier this week, he says they may call that thing an implosion, but that was a heck of an
Certainly an explosion. It
All
was,
right.
and we'll be hearing more about that. Well, other news making news tonight. Several York County women led a rally today to protest
And what I pasted together with Jesus' help helped me realize that the person they think is Copperfield leaving a minute before the explosion, that's really his look-alike, Christopher Hart illusionist. He doubles in his illusions, including the Great Wall of China, the first part. Anyway, the person you see, he was pretending to be Copperfield's hands pulling in the chain and getting at the lock. That's perfect time misdirection, so Copperfield can go with the crew down those stairs and the camera pan away. And they go stage left and he goes TV stage right, like he's going to turn to Clark Kent Superman. And he reappears on the steel platform with willow shade mirror or bending light glass that you're really seeing the back, but it's the light's bending around Copperfield anyway, and he comes up through the steel platforms like a Gorpy ghost idea. Anyway, the news people are thinking that's Copperfield going into the side door of that van and leaving, but they're wondering, how did he magically appear on top of that building so quick on that steel platform? That's because way in advance, people running, including Copperfield disguised as one of the crew guys in the back. He's wearing a brown outfit with a white helmet on. And people would say, well, back then Copperfield wasn't that chubby, even though he is today. But as everybody says in our church, well, everybody's got to eat. But the thing is, all he has to do is have a fat suit on. I mean, look at Tim Allen. He put on a fat suit. Anyway, the guy stays there, and then Copperfield comes down the stairs. and then they run, and he runs, and he turns around and looks at the building, and comes back around again, and runs, and then they go to TV stage left, and then Copperfield goes to TV stage right to get ready to appear on the steel platform. Now the helicopter, I knew they had some footage of it because they saw the whole thing, and sure enough they did. Thanks to that YouTube guy's channel. Check it out. And he's probably got some other good videos up there. But that caught my eye, Charlotte Hotel, and I always wanted that because I was like, I got behind the scenes of other stuff at Copperfield. I need the imploding building, and this guy's got a godsend. And there's another guy who just got Copperfield shows and a lot of other shows. I can't think of his name, but he even gave me recognition for letting me use, for him being able to use my videos, because I tell everybody that everybody can use my videos I upload on YouTube Bill Green channel freely. Like God says, freely you have received, freely give. Fernando P1 on YouTube and Facebook stresses the same thing, quotes the same Bible verse. And Andre Kroll had it up there at one time, if I remember right. Anyway, and I said, oh yeah, I said you guys can make copies. You guys can just, all you have to do is click on show more, show more, show more, until you see all the videos I upload, and you can freely use them. In other words, freely make copies of them. You can freely make free copies of them. And there's 2 editions already that gave me recognition, and either through the video would mention my name or in the little caption thing, but I didn't even expect that. I was just told them everybody could use it freely. They can make copies. I don't mind. Anyway, because I have all the Doug Hennings, all the Copperfields, and other magic specials. Anyway, he had the commercial that I've been looking for that I saw before. The Target commercial where Copperfield's going behind the scenes of his many versions of doing the Great Wall of China. And he pans away. You see his body pan away over like that, stressing the turntable Statue of Liberty as he goes by the Statue of Liberty. My dad, Marcel, saw that commercial, and he said, see, even he doesn't mind revealing the secrets. I like people like that. They can make fun out of the situation, even though it's revealed. They play around with it, too. I said, yep, you're right. It's like Manili. When my dad saw the thing where they revealed that they're not singing, and that it's another people singing because the record's scratched, when they were on tour, they did a commercial where it looks like they're singing, and all of a sudden the record scratches, and it repeats over and over. And I think it might be a gum commercial or something like that. And my dad said, see, I like people who can make light of the situation and make it into a funny. I said, yep, I do too. And you know what? My dad, Marcel, said, I wonder if Copperfield's got a twin. I bet it's the best kept secret in the world. He said that when he watched him the night that Copperfield walked through the Great Wall of China. And you know, he was right. Later on, I learned his name. It's Christopher Hart, illusionist, who doubles in Copperfield's illusions. Switcheroos. The old switcheroo. I like how Valentino had that narrated like that. The old switcheroo. I said that line, and then all of a sudden, Valentina the Masked Magician let Mitch Plixley of the X-Files, was eluding us, say that line, the old switcheroo, when they were doing the motorcycle switch. People have been wanting to know, how did Copperfield reappear in the audience? Some people have seen that he just comes in, dresses like a lady, and take off the outfit, and then the motorcycle is there, and he gets on it, and it's up higher. Well, me and Dave Duncan saw something completely different. That means probably where that guy was, they probably couldn't make trap doors. But at Chrysler Hall, they have a lot of trap doors everywhere, even on the side walls. Anyway, maybe that's why Copper liked to go at Chrysler Hall all the time, because there's a lot of more trap doors there, and he probably built them himself. Well, with his crew helping out. Anyway, he's a losing crew. Anyway, there's a cool heavy dude wearing a green John Deere hat, and the deer is yellow, a symbol of yellow. He gets up and opens up a two-sided trap door, and it has two half cuts on it. And slowly, when a hydraulic, Copperfield comes up on the duplicate motorcycle, and he doesn't have his helmet on. He's watching his duplicate vanish up on stage on the first motorcycle. And then when pyrotechnics goes and all that, anyway, he saw me looking at him, and he's waving at me like, "Hi, you ain't supposed to know I'm here at this moment in time." And then I decided to watch the stage and wait for the system to disappear in midair on the first motorcycle. The roller shade will go down, and then it hides them behind there, and the whole box will collapse, but leave the motorcycle and the person up there. And then the sirens go to hide, just drown out the hydraulics going up. And they got the sirens sound, and Van Halen Dreams playing the Blue Angels song for the air show. Anyway, you look on YouTube about that if you want to. Anyway, VH1 or MTV about the Blue Angels flying with the Van Halen Dream song. Anyway, when we look up now, a couple's got the helmet on, and the John Deere guy, he closes the two-sided trap door to make it solid whole again, to look like one complete circle around the pole. And Copper's now higher up, and he takes off the helmet and revs it up, vroom, 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 and he gets off the high platform with the duplicate motorcycle to get ready to come down the aisle, shake hands with everybody, and go down the aisle, and come up on stage. And the guy that had the John Deere hat, he's clapping too, to be part of the act, to be part of the audience, and he's acting like he's amazed. He could have won the Oscar award. Anyway, it's really cool. And Dave said, "Did you see?" And I said, "Yeah." And telling me stories. He said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "We'll explain in your car when we get in the car." Tommy, we'll explain later. And when Copper was doing the 13 people vanish and the portal was in, I was praying to Jesus he would do that, and he did. And my nephew Eugene wanted to go, so he ended up getting to go, and he used the money that he had, that his parents gave him, and probably for his allowance too. He bought a souvenir program and a t-shirt and a hat, and I bought the souvenir in the Copperfield DVD illusion. And Eugene was so excited as we're heading to the car. And he was asking the duck bucket and the 13 people and the portal and a motorcycle. I said it's code 0-6, a blink of an eye. It's a shadow box. I said, Eugene, as we're crossing the street to go to Tommy's car, if you put it this way, if you got in my head, you would know every secret in the book. And he said, no, Bill, if I got in your head, I'd get lost. Very funny, Eugene, very funny. Anyway, I made him 6 hours worth of magic, and he understands it now. And Mark Taylor and his family, and Pastor Asher and Pastor Coles, and all the missionaries and friends around my neighborhood.